You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
At dollarseed.com, all of our seeds are only $1 a pack. And we have online resources that teach you all about the rewarding hobby of growing your own plants, flowers, herbs, and vegetables. Imagine the joy you'll feel when your children actually help you harvest your first garden crop, or the pride of knowing you'll never need a florist again. Visit dollarseed.com and grow a little magic of your own for just $1. Dollarseed.com. What could be healthier?
Hello. What is going on, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio. And I'm your host, Deanie. We have another special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies, family members, or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before I bring my guest on, I do want to say that, right this very moment, you are on your way somewhere. You are moving towards a specific destination as a result of the thoughts you are thinking and the actions that you are taking right now. What is that destination is the question. Where is it that you are busily taking yourself? Is it where you've always wanted to go, or is it somewhere you'd rather not even think about? Look at how you're spending this day. Consider your plans for tomorrow. All those activities lead you somewhere in the future. That place will be the place you choose, and your choice will be made by your actions. Are your actions today making the choice you truly desire? If so, that's great. If not, that's no problem too, because you're in a position to change those actions. Yeah, you could just turn it all around. Your desires may be strong, but it is your actions day in and day out which will bring those desires into reality. It's a consistency thing. They're yours to use. Let them bring you to the best life that you can possibly imagine. Take that from me, Coach Dini. That is my word, and word is bond.
Have you struggled budgeting your finances? Don't worry, you're not alone. HumbledBudget.com, that's HumbledBudget.com, is the help and resource you've been searching for. HumbledBudget.com is a personal finance and educational website with a great variety of topics when it comes to budgeting, taxes, investing, and the popular topic of FIRE, financial independence, retire early. HumbledBudget.com has a goal, and that's to help you reach your financial dreams, no matter what your goals are when it comes to finances. It doesn't matter where you start, where you come from, or where you are right now. HumbledBudget.com can help. What are you waiting for? Take that first step to the financial life you've dreamed of and go to HumbledBudget.com. That's HumbledBudget. HumbledBudget.com.
All right. Again, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL. That's Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio, and I'm your host, Deanie. Our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings. The ones who are out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. People, let me introduce you to an awesome to the awesome. Juno Flynn, a musician inspired by the classics and propelled by the cosmos. With a debut single that's got everybody talking, Juno blends the power of rock and roll with the interstellar dreamscape. And with that, let's welcome Juno to the show. Hello, hello. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Oh, I'm well. How are you?
All right. Welcome, welcome. We are happy that you are here to spend some time with us. Yeah.
I'm so glad to be here. This is awesome.
Absolutely. So I wanted to open the show with this question. You've talked about how impossible desires are central to life, and then how the Stardust Girl in your song is a metaphor for things that keep us motivated. So what's like an impossible desire that you've held on to, and how has that shaped your journey so far?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think, honestly, a lot of my life, because I consider myself very much a dreamer. I consider myself someone who has spent a lot of time in fantasy worlds, in that, like, imaginative space. That's why I create, that's why I do what I do. So I think a lot of what I want most out of life could be considered impossible. Like, I've said before, I really want to, like, attack life as much as I can. I want to consume as much as I can and really leave this world with a full, complete picture of what's going on, and maybe contribute to that a little bit even as well. That's why I make music. So it's like, I feel like a lot of the times what I want is too big for my body. Like, I want to see and do and know everything and experience everything that I possibly can. And that's really what drives my life.
How's that journey going so far?
Pretty well. You know, I moved to LA about a year ago, from a really small town in Central Coast, Northern California. And I've learned and seen a lot since I've been here. I've been to some really cool concerts, met some really cool people. But, you know, like with the song, I think the big experience that really drives it is, like, my parents live in the desert in New Mexico, and being out there and seeing just like this vast, endless sky over the Mesilla Valley is what it's called. This just stretch of nothing for so many miles, just desert, really does a lot to make me feel tiny and insignificant, but not in a bad way. And like, it's cool. A lot of what Bon Iver says in their music about like being a very small piece of a larger whole. So yeah, I think it's going pretty well.
Absolutely. All right. Before we get into the why and how you do your music, which is awesome, we want to know about the who that's doing this music. So give it to us straight. How did you find your passion for creating music?
Ooh, okay. So I've kind of loved and connected to music since I was very young. There's this adage in musical theater that you can sing what you can't say, and as someone who really struggled and still does struggle to articulate myself in traditional ways, music became kind of a lifeline for me from really young. Sometimes in, you know, theater classes in school, but mostly it was like listening to the radio with my dad when we were driving places and connecting over really enjoying the same kinds of music. He really loves the Foo Fighters and Nirvana and like AC/DC and stuff like that, and we were able to really connect to each other through that in a way that we couldn't with other things, and that was really special. Sorry. It's this method of communication, and it connects people across the world. And that is something that spoke to me at a very early age. If you saw my Spotify stats, you would laugh, because there's very little time in my day that I'm not listening to music, and that's been true for a really long time.
I love it. I love it. All right. So Tell us how the influence of the great David Bowie and Elton John shaped your musical persona.
Oh, wow, yeah. I mean, they're incredible artists, and I admire both of them so much and what they did for the musical landscape. But mostly, I admire how they were unapologetically themselves, but in such a way that they went beyond the constraints of what you would expect a human person to be. Like, David Bowie crafted this otherworldly science fiction character, but also still stayed so true to what his art was, what his artistry was, and what he believed in by doing that. And I admire that very much. So I want to make Juno Flynn a similar kind of character in as much as I can. Their fashion sense as well is just absolutely astonishing to me, both of them. I did try to sort of channel that with the album art and stuff like that. You can't see it on the cover, but I'm wearing a blue suit with like a star-studded corset, and I did show that on my Instagram a little bit too. So I really just admire so much how they unapologetically embody that.
Absolutely.
Just everything.
Yeah, I saw the awesome suit you were wearing. You gotta show it. That's a cool suit.
I know, right? It's so sick. I bought it in Vegas.
Nice. All right, so the debut single, I believe we're playing it later tonight. Yes, we are. It's incredibly thematic. Can you dive deeper into the science fiction elements that inspire you?
Okay. Can you like what specific shows and things?
Say that again?
Like, you're asking me what specific motifs and shows and things?
No. Within the song, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the science fiction that kind of ties all this together.
Okay. I'll try to answer that. Let me know if I'm not answering your question. So, specifically, I was really pulling from this idea of, like, Roswell, New Mexico, the X-Files, this kind of, like, when you're driving in the middle of the desert and it's, like, twilight and it feels like anything could happen and might. Like, you might get abducted right now, you don't know. That is sort of created by those pieces of media. But there's one very particular thing. In the second verse, the backing vocals are inspired very much by a science fiction double feature from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And nobody's picked up on that yet, but it was one of my favorite little details to just slip in there, is that, like, campy weirdness that I wanted to bring to the song. And of course, you have Rocket Man and Ziggy Stardust, as we were talking about before. But it's that, like, vintage, but not quite vintage thing of those liminal space moments that could become something completely otherworldly in the blink of an eye. That's mainly what really inspired it. And, like, 60s, like, camp science fiction, like Barbarella and Flash Gordon, that too.
Ah, yeah. Now you're talking my language.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. I don't know, it's something about those lonely desert roads that has a eeriness to it. Like, yo, I know I've seen the scene in a movie somewhere, you know, the hairs on your neck are standing on.
Right.
It could happen. You could see I mean, it doesn't have to be bad. You could see a shooting star, or you could see an alien. You could see almost anything.
You could see David Duchovny.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So before we play the record, I have another question for you. Stardust Girl is a compelling figure in your song. Is she inspired by a real person, or is she purely a construct?
Well, this is an interesting question, because the answer is yes and no. She is both sort of, well, when I conceptualized her, she wasn't inspired by anyone in particular. I have had this character that I've wanted to make music out of for years. Since before COVID, even, I've wanted to make this character into something. And she was this sort of interpretation of that kind of wanting so much more than your means. But at the same time, now that we're talking about making a music video of this track and visualizing it and making it into something really beautiful like visual art, I do have one person in mind who I couldn't see anyone else playing her, and she is going to play her in the music video, which is very exciting for me.
Wow. Hey, is it a secret?
No. So her name is Bethany Dahl. She does photography. She's on Instagram at Bethany Dahl Photography. You should follow her. She's my best friend. I love her. And she's gonna be so good. It's gonna be awesome.
Nice. Check it out. All right, guys, we're about to dive deep into Interstellar Body, and then we'll be back to put Juno Flynn in our traditional hot seat.
Oh boy.
Turn the heat up a little bit. They can perform for us if they want to, and rap, poetry, singing, story from your life, playing an instrument, telling a joke. We love dad jokes in the Gap song.
Ooh.
Yeah. But the choice is yours. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. But again, it's the hot seat. All right, guys. Here it is. Interstellar Body. Stay tuned.
Sometimes I'll take the lid off my room and float around this endless stretch of space. The stars sure know me better than my parents do. The moon looks softly like my face. Stardust girl, call me home to that length of desert road that feels like heaven on the go. Pick me up and make me whole while I'm staring down the barrel of your interstellar probe. I'm spinning out somewhere on Route 9.
Okay. Welcome back, guys. That was Interstellar Body by Juno Flynn. Oh man, I think I went on a sonic adventure. Got kind of lost in space. Such an awesome song. Sounds like she had fun recording that in the studio.
Well, thank you. I did.
Yeah. Might have been an adventure all on its own.
It certainly was.
Awesome. Tell us about it.
Well, I mean, so I recorded this song at my university's studio because I'm very fortunate that we have a media center and they allow students to record there for free. But that does come with its challenges. And we spent about an hour of the session trying to figure out technology, as generally does tend to happen, but is worse at that studio sometimes. There were some connection issues, there was some interesting audio glitches, but we got there in the end, and some of that was actually helpful. So.
Absolutely. All right, it is hot seat time. What are you going to perform for us?
Well, I thought I could do a Lady Gaga song, if that's amenable.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
All right. Now, this microphone has been known to peak, so feel free to stop me if it sounds crazy, and I can do something else. But
okay.
This is Angel Down. I confess I am lost in the age of the social. All I need is take a test to be loving and grateful. Shots were fired on the street by the church where we used to meet. Angel down, but the people just stood around. I'm a believer, it's so true, foolish and weak. I'd rather save an angel down. I'm a believer, it's God's swear it is. I'd rather save an angel down. Yeah.
All right. Have you ever done stage performance?
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah.
Does it? Thank you.
You have the voice.
Appreciate that. I was in theater for all of my high school career.
Yeah. All right. Where can our listeners connect with you online?
I'm on Instagram and I'm on TikTok. Instagram at Juno_Flynn and TikTok at JunoFlynnMusic.
Awesome. Oh, one last thing. When can we expect the full album to drop?
Oh, well, I'm working on the second single right now. It's called Cassandra, so look out for that. But the rest of the record is really just dependent on what funding we secure and all of that. I'm hoping by next year.
Awesome. Is there a title in mind?
Well, this is a working title, so it might change. But at the moment, we're thinking Quarter Life Crisis.
Okay. Quarter Life Crisis. I like that.
Thank you.
All right. Well, take care, Juno Flynn. It was great having you.
You too. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio Live. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, the app Podcast Addict, or over at our website, which again is onlyonemediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you you like to request some music or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, scratch all of that, because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Denny, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, at all social media sites, as well as Spreaker, YouTube. We always follow back. Okay, well, just remember to put yourself into everything that you do and never stop investing in yourself. Peace, love, grilled cheese, and talk with you later.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.